Hello and welcome to CEL 561, Social Media for Blended and Online Learning. My name is Julia Parra and I am one of your course instructors along with Dr. Susie Bussman. And I wanted to go ahead and provide a little bit of getting started course navigation support. So here we go. We're currently here on the home page. As you can see, it's highlighted in blue. And this is where you enter, anytime you enter this course, you come here to the home page. And here you'll see there is a course description. There are 5 steps to get started successfully right away. And there's a section here with the Tech and Course Help discussion link. Finally, at the bottom, you'll find your instructor's contact information. Going back to the Tech and Course Help, you should know that it's very important that we help each other out in this area, and if you have any questions about the technology or the course, make sure to go right away to this Tech and Course Help discussion and ask your question. Everyone should keep an eye on that, but also know that I keep a very close eye on that form, especially in the first weeks of class, to make sure that all questions get answered in a timely fashion. One of the reasons that we incorporate this Tech and Course Help discussion is because it's considered a best promising strategy in online teaching and learning. And if you think about it, it's a better option to post a question in a discussion forum in a course, in a course help discussion forum, instead of sending the instructor an email, because what if 5 of you have the same question and 5 of you send the same email and that question gets answered by your instructors 5 different times, taking 5 times as much time as it would if one person asked in the course help discussion and we all answered it and saw it there. So this is considered a time-saving strategy, a best practice in online teaching and learning. All right, so you'll notice over here on the left you have your course tools. And the next thing on the list is announcements. And the announcements aren't going to show up for you until I add the transcript or add an announcement, and the first one will be the transcript for this video. So they show up once there is actually an announcement available, which will be soon. Next is the syllabus, and I already have these open in tabs because it does take a few moments for things to transition in Canvas, and we'll go ahead and just take care of that by having them already available in tabs. Alright, so with the syllabus, you'll notice that this is something, of course, that you're going to want to review thoroughly, but there's also this Jump to Today button option in the upper right. If you click on that, you're going to get to the schedule. Now, I personally hope that they separate the syllabus and schedule tool at some point because I think it becomes too long. But the schedule is a very nifty tool that Canvas provides. You'll notice that all due dates are available, all of the activities that are actual assignments or something that has a due date are available here. Now you'll notice with the course orientation that is actually set to the day that it's going to happen. So it's set to August 28th, due by 5:30 p.m. Okay, so that's actually gives you some of those things like an event like that would be when it happens as opposed to when something is due. Okay. Next, I want to scroll up and take us back to the assessments section. I want to share a little bit with you about the assessments situation. You'll notice that there is a breakdown of the units, brief assignment description and points. But also notice that the points do not directly correlate to the weighted assignments. So there is a little box over here that shows that the assignments are weighted by group in this course. Now you'll see that there is a correlation between the units and the groups, but the points, for example, are not directly correlated. This is really helpful for me to have this weighted grade situation because I no longer have to stress out about points. And if you develop online courses or courses at all where you have point systems and provide grades and things like that, it can get kind of crazy when you go to revise things and you change points and you have to add them all up, and if they don't add up correctly you could lose points or gain points, and I was notorious for doing this in the past. And that is all solved with this weighted grade situation. If you have any questions about this, let me know. I'm really happy to discuss it with you and share more. Also note that the Canvas grades tool for you is really useful to keep track of your grades at all time. I do have activities set to in the gradebook to show as 0 until it's graded. So that gives you a way to track your grades. Of course, it's not going to stay at 0. You'll always get your grades when you do the work, and it's just a great way to keep track of your grades at all times. Alright, so let's go back to the course tools, and the next important place is the modules. So let's go take a look at the modules. You'll want to come here right away. There's a link from the home page directly, or instruction on the home page telling you to come to the course modules to get started, and you'll see right away you have your Getting Started module. All of the modules for the course are here. We will possibly have a little bit of revision going on because this is a new course, and it's also a course where the topics can be very changing, let's say. They can change a lot or adapt, and so we want to stay on top of the fact that things change. So revision happens a lot, and also taking student feedback into consideration is important, and trying to respect that, you know, revisions could be made. So you notice in the modules that there is, in the text boxes at the top, the scheduling information, due dates, things like that. You'll notice in this course that there are a couple of modules and activities that are going to overlap, so we can talk about that more in our course orientation. I just want you to be aware. You'll also note that there are the dates and the points next to the activities, similar to what you saw in the schedule. In the syllabus, there's also extra things in here, extra content to help you out. So every module does have an overview with a little mini checklist embedded. And I think that's all I need to share with you here. And we'll move on to 2 more things. The inbox is a place that you can go and send messages to myself and each other. I'm not going to go there because it would be a violation of FERPA to show you students in my inbox. And what I do want you to know is that you can use the search features in the inbox to search by course and by student. So that's a nifty feature to use as needed. Also, if you click on your name, oops, that's not the one I wanted to show you. This is actually just a kind of behind the scenes view of the assignments tool. So that's where I can go and move assignments around, move groups around, and change weights if I want to. It's very, very nifty, and I have to check that box to weight them. So I wanted to remember that. Also wanted to remember that there is a discussions tool in here, but all discussions are embedded in the modules, so FYI. Let's go ahead and click on my name, because that's how you go to your personal profile, by clicking on your name, and you can add email addresses, add contact methods, edit the settings, add web services, click on notifications, and you'll notice a lot of granularity in the notifications where you can come in and say that for activity due dates you want to be notified right away, or daily, or weekly, or not at all. You can be notified about course content, changes in files, new announcements. So that might be something where you as a student would want to be notified, would be for new announcements, maybe for grades. Whatever you want to be notified on, though, you need to come here and make sure that those settings are edited, and know that if you don't have them edited, you're probably getting a lot of notifications, and so to tone that down, you can come in here and fix that. Also note that you have an e-portfolio section in here. I haven't investigated it yet, but I think we all have the ability to create an e-portfolio in Canvas. might be something to take a look at. All right, I think that's all you need to know at this point to successfully get started in CEL 561. I look forward to hanging out with you and having a great time this semester, learning all kinds of cool things about social media.